Alright, so this is my second time recording this. The first part is just me readjusting the camera and getting set up. But yeah, I'm going to do my best to try to keep up with what I'm doing as I go. This is like my... It's very hard to do this because I kind of jump around from place to place as I do this. But I'll do my best to explain it. So first part is just me drawing a circle for the head, drawing a line down the middle, and then doing the jawline. And then after that, it's going to be hard to see due to my hand, but I'm going to draw the neck. Messing around with the circle. Here I am. Oh yeah, do the lines for the eyeball, which is in the middle of the head. And then the nose just below that, and then the mouth. And then here I'm drawing the neck. And then I'm going to guesstimate at where the width of the shoulders will be. And then I'm going to drag down the line that is for the middle. And then I'm going to size up to make sure that the width from the middle line is the same width to the edge of the shoulder. And you're going to do that for both sides. And then I'm going to do the collarbones. And then we're going to connect that with the kind of muscle that attaches your head flesh to your shoulder flesh. Then I'm going to make a small rib cage. Then I'm going to do the spine and pelvis. And then after this, I'm going to... And I'll let it catch up a bit. But it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to draw an X from the top of the shoulder across the rib cage. And you're going to do that for both sides. And that's going to tell you where the, where your boob kind of, ends and stuff. Or, where the peak, biggest point of it should be. I don't know why I did that. I'll also figure out how to draw chest a bit better after this, but this is just me kind of doing the boobage for now. I also already did the circles for the hips. Basically what I'm doing here right now is I'm going to be doing the sides of the body, which is you include, so your ribs right below your boob protrude out the side a bit. So you're going to bump there, it's going to dip inward a bit, and then go back out to where the hip is. That's not true for every body type. It just depends on how they're built. And then here I just did a little shape that it's kind of like a curved upside down triangle so that you kind of know where the parts are supposed to go. And then this is me doing the rough skeleton for the leg, which is just a line, a circle, and then a line. Typically, your calf is about the same length as your thigh, from the hip to the knee. And then what I did for the feet, it's kind of like a triangle, except for towards the inner part of the leg, you want that to be bigger than the outer part of it. And then this is me drawing a thigh. It's basically a large oval, and then at the knee, you kind of want to curve in and then make a little thing around it. And then for the calf and stuff, you want to curve out, towards the outer edge. You want it to curve more than the inner edge. Kind of if you look at the video, you can see what I'm doing. And then I'm going to repeat the same process on the other side. Let me try to explain the knee thing more. It's kind of hard for me to tell what I'm doing right now because the video is a little small. And then what I'm doing here is I'm just putting more detail for the torso and stuff. It'd be a lot easier if I had done this in segments where I had videotape myself making every part, but this is kind of just a quick rundown. But basically it was just me putting more detail into the thing. I will eventually go back to the other leg. Alright, me adding small details, but yeah. And then this is me finishing up that calf, I think. Come on, past me. Come on. Alright, there we go. And then I'm gonna add definition on the ankles. I'll probably record some more stuff after this, just to go a little bit more in depth about different parts of the body. But for now, this is kind of a rough skeleton of what I do. And then here I'm going to start working on the arm. So it's the same process as the leg, which is just going to be yeah, skeletal thing. So you're gonna see what direction you want it to go, and you're going to size up like the forearm and the upper arm to the other side to make sure that your arms are the same length. And then here I'm going to be doing like a little trick I learned. It's on the shoulder, you're going to make it go outward, and then the upper arm, you're going to go inward towards the torso, and then on the forearm, you're going to go outward. And you can do this for both sides. You just kind of switch it around a bit, and for any arm position, it should work. And that generally tells you what direction your like muscles and stuff go. Although I'm not too good at drawing arms, which is kind of why I use that, but it still doesn't really help. But it's a lot better than doing it by adding random bits on the arm. And here I am just adding the flesh and stuff to kind of map out what I'm doing. Sorry, it kind of takes me a good while to do this. But yeah, I'm kind of nitpicky. I'll go back and I'll fix things the way I want them. Yeah, past me, I don't know either. And then here's me doing the same thing on the other arm. Just add in the meats, you know. Also, sorry if you hear stuff in the background. Oh, and then here, I'm going to be doing a hand. Basically, what I do... I don't know how to explain hands, but basically I make the palm shape first, which is kind of just like an oval. And then I make a circle for the base of the thumb. And then I make like a rectangle, and then kind of like, it has a triangle shape on top. And then I'll have to make another thing that explains hands if you want to know more about that. But this is probably one of the better hands that I've drawn recently, because I normally don't do that. I just kind of guesstimate things. Wow, I'm working really intently on that hand. Just wow. But yeah. So, after that, I think I'm going to start working on the head. Like the face and stuff. Oh, also, on arms. So, your wrist is going to stop at the hip. And the fingertip length will end about mid-thigh. And then the elbow length will be right at the bottom of the rib cage. Pretty much. And that works for both male and females, as far as arm length goes. So if you're just doing a character with arms straight down to the side, keep that in mind. And then this was me drawing the face. Or, well, ears. Also, if you want to keep your eyes even, I would draw one eye first. And then at the very top of that eye, run a line all the way across the head. And then to the very bottom of the eye, run a line all the way across the head. And it should make your eyes roughly about the same size. Might not be the same shape, but it will be the same size. And then you just do your regular nose and mouth on the lines that you made. And you're going to have your hairline too, just so that you know kind of where you want to place your hair. It basically just kind of acts as a guideline. The hair is actually not that much bigger than the actual head itself. So keep that in mind when you do hair. Yep. That's where I did the eye lines. I'm a bit ahead of the video because I've done it I've remade this audio like twice or 3 times. But yeah, it's basically just me. I think I might be starting hair here, or it's just the face again. Not sure, but there will be a small, like, quick cut, and then boom, my character will suddenly have hair. Sorry if you hear stuff in the background. Wow, past me. Oh, goodness. Clickety clickety. And then 1 second later, boom, hair. And then here I'm going to draw a collared shirt. So for clothing, not that it really matters, but you want to kind of, oh, why am I working on the feet? Okay, so for shirts and stuff, you're going to want the fabric to be a little bit away from the body. Like, it's going to follow the lines of the body, but it's not going to be, like, it's going to be it's not going to be skin tight basically. So you have to keep in mind the structure underneath the clothes. So when you're making folds, it's going to follow the parts that curve inward or have like volume to them. So if it moves the fabric outward or inward, you have to follow that. So like on chests, shirts are going to follow like the parts that go outward more. So if you have boobs, the shadow's going to kind of fall underneath them depending on the chest size. And like overshirts and stuff will also follow the outline of the chest and stomach. It'll also, it's kind of hard to explain, but basically you put folds where there's curves and stuff. You have to keep in mind the way fabric kind of is affected by gravity. And there will be pads and stuff. It's pretty much the same principle. You have to keep in mind where the knees are so that you can add folds there. And then where the hips are, it kind of follows like okay, there will be folds in the crotch and they'll kind of follow like the panty line a bit. So that's kind of the general idea of clothes. I don't know exactly how to explain it because it's kind of hard to see what I'm doing. So I'm just going to leave you with the rest of the video. Alright, so here's just me finishing adding on clothes and stuff. I'm so glad I got to make this video. Let me know if I need to make anything focusing on certain parts. This is fun. Have a good day, child.